Just when you thought the compact SUV segment couldn't be any more populated, Volkswagen is readying not one, but two new options. And this is the first of them. It's the new T-Cross SUV. So in a market that's already swimming with different options, let's see what VW can bring to the table.
The T-Cross is the new entry point within the Volkswagen SUV stable. Based on the Polo, it lands in showrooms alongside the slightly larger and more upmarket T-Roc. Initially, pricing for the T-Cross will start at $27,990 for the entry life, moving up to $39,990 for the flagship style variant, each bringing a smart cabin with the latest tech, 5-star safety and a general focus on comfort.
Now, circling back to what VW brings to the table, well, for me, it's all about the Euro factor, the fit out and presentation of the cabin, sure-footed dynamics, and a 1-litre turbocharged 3-cylinder petrol engine. You don't often hear the words character and compact SUV in the same sentence, but I think it strangely applies in the case of the new T-Cross.
Those traits are thanks in large part to what's underneath the skin of the T-Cross, the long-standing Volkswagen Polo. The pair shares the same platform, front drive layout, and in the case of the 85 TSI Life driven here, the same 1-litre 3-cylinder engine.
Now, 1 litre worth of displacement doesn't sound like a lot, but the T-Cross is surprisingly sprightly in a straight line. 0 to 100 officially takes 10.2 seconds, and thanks in part to the 7-speed automatic transmission, the engine is rarely caught napping. In fact, the only instance is a little bit of low-speed hesitation off the mark. Beyond that, it's all about refinement and efficiency.
Officially, the drivetrain nets a claimed fuel efficiency average of 5.4 litres per 100 Ks, using the recommended 95 octane premium unleaded.
There's a natural sportiness to the T-Cross, and the real-world translation of that is steering that's full of feeling and feedback compared with segment rivals, and a chassis that is always composed even when you really push it through corners. The flip side of that, yes, there's a little bit of firmness in terms of the ride and handling balance, and you will get the occasional thud over harsher obstacles in the road. But all in all, a really refined place to be. It doesn't quite have that same planted feeling as the larger T-Cross, so for that reason, it's probably not a car you're going to want to do interstate adventures in. But in saying that, it wouldn't be out of its depth doing that either.
The internals of the T-Cross borrow from a similar playbook, with comfy seats, Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, wireless phone charging and 4 USB points. There are some telltale shortcuts including hard plastics and basic switchgear, but overall, it's a nice place to be.
There's no mistaking rear seat space with that of the larger Touareg, but there is actually adequate proportions in the back of the T-Cross for a couple of adults on moderate journeys. There's lots of tow room, decent headroom and enough knee room to get by as well. There's also ISOFIX points on the outer pews. Probably the only thing that's really missing in terms of passenger amenity is rear air vents.
It's a similar story with the boot area, which is adequate in proportions for a suitcase or overnight bags. Happily, there's a full-size spare wheel stowed underneath as well.
Now, at close to $30,000, the T-Cross is by no means the most affordable offering in its segment. But with trademark VW dynamics and, dare I say it, a little bit of character, it does bring an appealing point of difference.